Hello, everyone. I am Wendy with Winds of Change Ministries. And so, all right, let's see. Let's go ahead and knock through this reading this morning. I am reading from Sword of the Spirit. It is my Bible project, which I worked on for many years. The names are pronounced a little bit different because they are written in reconstructed Paleo Hebrew. Pronunciation is how they're done, and the sacred name of God is not the Lord; it is Yehweh, and it means He exists, not the Lord. So um, I want to go ahead and begin this reading. I have already worked through creation, the Garden of Eden, um, the story of Noah, the Tower of Babel, Abraham, Isaac, and now I'm working on the story of Jacob, Jacob. All right, so the names are going to be pronounced a little bit weird. Please forgive me for that. The purpose of this marathon is because I am trying to build up uh, my fan base, and so I'm beginning with this 40 days and 40 nights reading marathon. But after that, I will be discussing other things. And for instance, I self-published this book, God's Master Plan for the Masses. In it, I share some of the deep biblical mysteries. And I also have another book, God's Master Plan for Salvation. Both of those books can be purchased. Just go in the description box and go to Amazon. All right. So, hello, Jordan. Thank you for showing up. I'm going to be reading in the chapters is 31 and 32 this morning, and then I will be back this evening around 7 o'clock ish. Okay, um, to do some more. And this is day 6 of my 40 days and 40 nights of reading. How big is your don't have one, but thank you for asking. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and read this. Chapter 31. And it came to pass when Rachel birthed Yusuf that Jacob said to Laban, send me away that I may go to my, excuse me, probably should have got a drink of water first. Okay, let's begin again. And it came to pass when Rachel birthed Yusuf that Jacob said to Laban, send me away that I may go to my own place and to my country. Give my wives and my children, of whom I have served, and let me go. For you know my service, which I have done for you. And Laban said to him, I pray you, if I have found favor in your eyes, tarry, for I have learned by divination that he who exists has blessed me for your sake. Then he said, appoint me your wages, and I will give it. And to reply to him, you know how I have served you, and how your livestock was with me. For you had little of it before I came, and now it has increased to a multitude. Thus he who exists has blessed you since my coming. Now, when I will when will I provide for my own house also? And he said, what should I give you? Therefore Jacob answered, If you will do this thing for me, you will not give me anything. I will feed and keep your flock again. I will pass through all your flock today, removing from there all the speckled and spotted livestock, and all the brown livestock among the sheep, and the spotted and speckled among the goats. And from this will be my hire. Thus, in time to come, my righteousness will answer for me when I come for my hire before your face. All that is not speckled and spotted among the goats, and browned among the sheep, that will be counted stolen by me. And Laban, white, said, Behold, concerning this, let it be according to your word. Therefore, that day he removed the male goats that were striped and spotted, and all the female goats that were speckled and spotted, and all that had white with them, and all the brown among the sheep, and gave them into the hands of his sons. And he set 3 days' journey between himself and Jacob, and Jacob fed the rest of Laban's flocks. Then Jacob took himself rods of green um, poplar, and of the hazel and chestnut trees. Then he peeled white shavings with them, and made the white which was in the rods appear. And he set the rods which he had peeled with the gutters in front of the flocks by the watering troughs, that the flocks came to drink. So they would conceive when they came to drink. And the flocks conceived among the rods, and brought forth striped, speckled, and spotted livestock. Therefore Jacob separated the lambs, and he was given the flocks with the striped surface, and all the dark within the flock of Laban. Therefore he put his own flock by itself, and did not put them for Laban's flock. And it came to pass whenever the stronger livestock would conceive, that Jacob laid the rods before the eyes of the livestock in the gutters, that they might conceive among the rods. But when the livestock was feeble, he didn't put them in. Thus the feeble were Laban's, and the strong were Jacob's. And the man increased exceedingly, and had many livestock, and maidservants, and men servants, and camels, and asses. Then he heard the words of the sons of Laban, saying, Jacob has taken away all that was our father's, and from that which was our father's he has gotten all this glory. And Jacob beheld the countenance of Laban, and lo, it was not towards him as before. And Jephthah said to Jacob, Return to the land of your fathers, and to your kindred, and I will be with you. Therefore Jacob sent and called Rachel and Leah to the field of his flock. And he said to them, I see the countenance of your father, that it is not towards me like before, but the Elohim of my father has been with me. And you will know that I have served, and you know that I have served your father with all my power. However, your father has deceived me and changed my wages 10 times. But Elohim suffered him not to hurt me. If he said thus, the speckled will be your wages, then all the livestock birthed speckled. If he said thus, the striped will be your hire, then all the livestock birthed stripes. Therefore Elohim has taken away the livestock of your father and has given them to me. Furthermore, it came to pass at the time that the livestock conceived, that I lifted up my eyes and saw in a dream. And behold, the rams which leaped upon the livestock were striped, speckled, and spotted. Also the angel of Elohim spoke to me in a dream, Yaakov. And I replied, Here I am. Then he said, Now lift up your eyes and see all the rams which leap upon the livestock are striped, speckled, and spotted. For I have seen all that Laban does to you. I am the Al of Beit Al, where you anointed the Matzavah monument, where you vowed a vow to me. Now arise, get yourself out of this land, and return to the land of your kindred. Then Rachel and Leah answered and said to him, Is there yet any portion or inheritance for us in our father's house? Are we not considered foreigners to him? For he has sold us and has completely devoured our money also. For all the riches which Elohim has taken from our father, that is ours and our children's. Now then, do whatever Elohim has said to you. All right, so we have in this passage Laban, the father-in-law of Jacob, Jacob. He was tricking Jacob. Hey, I want to thank everyone who has clicked the like button. I really appreciate it. And if you don't mind, please subscribe as well. I am doing these 40 days and 40 nights of reading the Torah to help build the subscribers. I am planning to do some deep Bible studies later, just not right now because I'm doing this. But I did want to um, talk a little bit about chapter 31. Laban, he is the father-in-law of Jacob, and he was tricking his son, and it was time to go. It was time for Jacob, to return to his the place of his birth. All right, so now I'm going to move on to chapter 32. And Jacob arose, then he set his sons and his wives upon camels, and he carried away all his livestock and all his goods which he had gotten, the livestock he acquired, which he had gotten from Padan Aram, to go unto Yitzhak his father, in the land of Canaan. Furthermore, Laban went to shear his sheep. Then Rachel stole the teraphim figures that were her father's. However, Jacob stole the heart of Laban the Arami, upon no one telling him of his leaving. So he broke the heart of his father-in-law because he left without any warning, and so his father-in-law wasn't exactly happy. Thus he fled with all that he had. Then he rose up and passed over the river, and he set his face towards Mount Gilead. Then on the third day it was told to Laban that Jacob had fled. Therefore he took therefore he took his brethren with him and pursued after him 7 days' journey, and they overtook him in Mount Gilead. Therefore Elohim came to Laban the Arami in a dream by night, and said to him, Take heed that you do not speak to Jacob either good or bad. Then Laban overtook Jacob. Now Jacob had pitched his tent in the mount, and Laban with his brother pitched in the mount of Gilead. And Laban asked of Jacob, Why have you done this? You stole my heart. and carried away my daughters like captives with a sword. Why did you flee secretly and still, and did not tell me, that I might have sent you away with mirth, and with songs, with tambourines, and with harps? Yet you have not suffered me to kiss my sons and my daughters. Now you were foolish in doing so. It is in the power of my hand to do you harm. But the Elohim of your father spoke to me last night, saying, Take heed that you do not speak either good or bad to Jacob. Now surely you should go, because truly you long after your father's house. But why have you stolen my deities? Then Jacob answered and said to Laban, Because I was afraid, for I said, Perhaps you might snatch your daughters from me. With whoever you find your deities, let him not live before your brethren. Discern what is yours amongst me, and take it unto yourself. For Jacob did not know that Rachel had stolen them. Therefore Laban went into Jacob's tent, and into Leah's tent, and into the two maidservants' tents, but did not find. Then he went out of Leah's tent, and entered into Rachel's tent. Now Rachel had taken the cherubim, and put them in the camel's furniture, and sat upon them. Thus Laban searched the entire tent, and but found nothing. And she said to her father, Let it not displease my lord, that I cannot rise up before you, for the custom of women is upon me. Thus he searched, but did not find the cherubim. Therefore Jacob was wroth and rebuked Laban. Then Jacob responded and asked of Laban, What is my trespass? What is my sin, that you have so hotly pursued after me? Since you have searched all of my belongings, what have you found of all of your household things? Set it here before my brethren and your brethren, that they may judge between us. These 20 years I have been with you. Your ewes and your she-goats have not lost their young, and the rams of your flock I have not eaten. That which was torn of beasts I did not bring to you. I carried the loss of it. From my own hand you required it, stolen by day or stolen by night. Therefore there I was during the day, the drought consumed me, and the frost by night, and my sheep departed from and my sleep departed from my eyes. Thus I have been in your house for 20 years. I served you 14 years for your two daughters, and 6 years for your flock, and you have changed my wages 10 times. If not for the Elohim of my father, the Elohim of Abraham, and the dread of Yitzhak had been with me, surely you would have sent me away empty by now. Elohim has seen my affliction and the labor of my hands. Therefore he rebuked you last night. Then Laban replied and said to him, These daughters are my daughters, and these children are my children, and this flock is my flock, and all that you see is mine. But what can I do today to these my daughters, or to their children, who they have birthed? Now therefore, come, let us make a covenant, you and I, and let it be for a witness between you and I. Then Jacob took a stone and set it up for a monument, Moreover, Jacob said to his brethren, gather stones. Thus they took stones and made a heap. Then they ate there upon the heap. And Laban called it Yagar, Yagar Shahudita, but Jacob called it Galad, which means witness heap. Therefore Laban said, this heap is a witness between you and I today. Thus the name of it is called Galad, and Mitzpah, watchtower. For he said, he who exists watches between you and I, when we are absent one from another. If you afflict my daughters, or if you take other wives beside my daughters, no man with us will see. Elohim is the witness between you and I. Then Laban said to Jacob, behold this heap, and behold this monument, which I have cast between you and I. This heap is a witness, and this monument is a witness, that I will not pass over this heap unto you, and that you will not pass over this heap and this monument unto me for them, for harm. And the Elohim of Abraham, and the Elohim of Nahor, the Elohim of their father, judge between us. And Jacob swore by the dread of his father Yitzhak. All right. Well, thank you so much for participating in this reading. I am going to include it um, into a playlist for my 40 days and 40 nights marathon. Please be sure to like the video and also please subscribe. And thank you so much for participating. I hope you have a wonderful day.